Brandon, you mentioned in our kind of prep, you talked about product market fit. How do you think about that as it relates to diligence from your end, being in seed stage?
Yeah. I mean, at the seed stage, generally, almost by definition of the stage, they're probably not yet at product market fit. But I think it is either internally us getting a sense of what that would look like. Again, the more we can understand the market, the actual problem that they're solving, talking to folks, that are current users or would be. But also, really getting a sense of how the founder is thinking about the space, the KPIs that they're going to be tracking and building towards. We see a lot of deals, and it came up even earlier in terms of the names of these stages, to make it even more complicated. Pre-seed sort of, developed over the last 10 years. Some will still say that that's a non-existent stage, but it tends to be. Then there's a post-seed or a seed plus or an extension or a bridge. Everything pre-A, especially as the bars continue to get higher. We actually come across a lot of those deals. Naturally, the supply of those deals is pretty high. So you'd be surprised. I mean, they're even at $1 million in revenue, perhaps. But again, back to the notion of growth, I think is probably one of the biggest indicators. The momentum itself, could be indicative, at least, of problem market fit, in the sense that it is starting to take off. The demand is, so strong that the team is barely able to keep up. And so, in context, if loosely, if product market fit is kind of the goal, and let's say that that's when and how the A could become possible, then anything before that in the seed stage, we're trying to just even underwrite and think, can they graduate? What would it take to get there? And that's something that we track, in the near term. And so again, we're going to be looking very closely at those kind of metrics there and evaluating, against other opportunities that we're evaluating at the time. It's all relative as well, where we're going to spend time diligencing. So again, in a given quarter, right, or in a given week, we are seeing hundreds. We're meeting dozens and dozens. And, I really want to see something that just kind of stands out, really a unique, I think, insight